Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday and we're reviewing Dungeon!
Long time no see. Oh, but then we never actually see you anyway. Really. Oh well. Long time no see for you. Unless you've watched the repeats on YouTube. Okay, well, whatever.
There was a show last week.
That was the independent one. This is an independent
No, there
one.
was a show last week. Yeah, there's the independent one.
Oh, right.
Days
Yes.
ago.
Right. Okay. Long time, 7 days. Whatever.
So,
That's a long time for Kenny.
yeah.
I didn't watch it. Dungeon. All right. Dungeon's a pretty fun dungeon family game here. It's you're wandering around a dungeon. Guess what? You're in a dungeon. I'm going to say dungeon again. Dungeon. Dungeon.
Your goal in the dungeon game is simple. Choose a hero, a rogue, cleric, fighter, or wizard. Run through the dungeon fighting monsters and collecting as many treasures as you can. And be the first to get out alive with enough treasure.
Run around the dungeon and roll the die.
Warrior needs
Dice.
food badly. Doodloon. Doodloon. There's no life in this. That meaning is you don't.
Well,
yeah.
Now
Meaning
you-
as in you don't have
is
life.
that a comment on the
points.
game?
No. So, rogue, wizard, cleric, fighter, D&D. You've heard them all before. This is targeted at 8 years old and up. So it's more of a family game. We'll support up to 8 players.
8 players is good.
There are some frustration factors, which we'll get into, sort of like the secret doors and things like that, which might have your younger players a little bit frustrated because they just can't get where they want to go.
Dice
And-
rolls.
Not for moving. Dice rolls for getting through secret door, but not for moving.
And for combat, for everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you all roll the dice to decide who goes first, and in that order, you pick what character you want to be. If you want to be a cleric, or a fighter, or a rogue, or a wizard. If you are a wizard, you'll need to make an additional roll to find out how many spells you have at the start of the game. You can never go over that amount, but you can build them back up after you use them by running into the Great Hall.
It's pretty simple. Move, enter a room or a chamber, fight a monster. If there's no monsters, well, nothing happens. You go on and find another room where there are monsters, and you fight them and you get treasure.
The board is very colorful, and
It's
each
a cool
different
looking
color represents a different level of the dungeon. And the higher levels, which represent deeper underground, so where the bigger, creepier monsters are harder, but the rewards are also better.
Oh yeah,
I like the board the best in this game. Like, it's got
yeah. It's a
the
nice
quick
little-
reference rules on the one
Yep.
side of the board. It's all fairly clearly laid out.
Yeah. What each hero needs to win is labeled right here. Rogue and cleric, you have to get 10,000 gold pieces, not points, but gold pieces. And then the fighter, 20,000. The wizard, 30,000. And depending on which character you've got, you're going to stick to certain levels. Rogues, pretty weak. You want to stick to levels 1 to 3. Wizards, usually got those cool spells and stuff like that. You're going to want to go to like levels 5 and 6 where the tougher monsters are. You know, use your spells to kill them and get some really cool treasure. The only way a character can die is if you miss the monster gets 2 dice to roll as well. If you roll a 12, you're dead. You lose all your stuff. You pick a new character and, well, you got to start over again. If you don't, you roll a 12, you can roll 11, which is seriously wounded. You drop some stuff or whatever. 8 to 10, you're wounded. You drop some other stuff and lose a turn in that. And 2 to 5 is missed. So nothing happens there. You get the chance to fight back again on your next turn or run away.
So we got treasure cards for all 6 levels, getting up to bigger values as they go. And we got the monster cards. And the monster cards are set up neatly because they have a whole bunch of icons on them. I like, And rogue, cleric, fighter, wizard, there's the number they need to roll. If the wizard chooses a fireball or a lightning bolt, there's the number he needs to roll. Roll 2 dice, you have to hit this number or higher.
There's different strategies to take. Like, you could go the rogue strategy and try to get as many easy rooms as you can to try to get the easy 10,000. The cleric is along the same route. The cleric would have slightly different numbers. Like, the cleric would probably have better rolls versus undead creatures. And then you got your fighter, which is just got good rolls for pretty much all the monsters. And the wizard has the advantage of having the fireball and the lightning bolt and the little extra movement powers.
As a wizard, before you fire off a fireball or lightning bolt, you have to say that before seeing the monster. And some monsters are resistant to some of those spells, and they won't actually work.
Nope.
So you could end up saying, I'm going to shoot the lightning bolt in there. And you reveal a dragon that is immune to lightning bolts, and your spell fizzles. Good news is, you shot it from a distance, and the weak little wizard didn't run in there to be dragon food.
Yes.
Yep, you're losing spells, but you're still alive.
I like this, the numbers from 1 to 12. So if you're dealing with a room and you don't finish it on your turn, because you get 1 round to attack and 1 round for the monster to attack you if you didn't kill it, and then it moves on. So again, like we said, it's fast. Then you can take the stuff, or if you had stuff slapped out of you, you could I put the number 1 in that area right there, and I put the cards under the number 1 thing on the side of the board saying what is in that room. And if you look over there and there's a monster in that room, when you're wandering through, you have to stop there.
And there's no fighting each other in this game,
Right.
which should be a little frustrating because you just lost all your stuff to this monster. Your buddy comes into the room, beats the monster up, grabs all your treasure.
And you're outside the room going, you. But if the monster rolls misses, you're still in the room. The other players can't come into that room because you can't have 2 characters in the same room at the same time.
Wrapping up for Dungeon! I give Dungeon a 6. It's a family game, and it's not for the hardcore gamers, and we tended to score more on that side. But theme, it's D&D, but it really is tacked on. You're wandering around, and you're just rolling dice to fight things and picking up cards. It could be any theme, really.
Could it be the Great Burger War of 1865?
It could be the Great Trench Burger War of 1865. But easy to play, very, very easy to play, even though it has a little bit of having to look up, but then you realize, oh, it's actually right there. Why am I looking it up?
Yeah.
You know, except for specific spells, and even them, the things, they're written on the card. It's fun to play. Again, because of the die rolling, it can get a little frustrating, especially if you're running into the same room for the 4th or 5th time trying to beat up this damn monster who keeps knocking all your stuff out of your face and slapping you silly, and you just can't get it back.
Knocking all the
It's
stuff out of your face.
It's no longer wanting to beat up the monster for its treasure. You just want to beat up the monster to get your treasure back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. It's not too bad. Looks great. It plays fairly well for a family game. It's interesting enough, if maybe a little bit long for more experienced gamers. It's pretty much the same as any family game, especially stuff like Sorry or Dog or whatever. They keep sending you back to the start. People knock you back. You made all your progress, and then somebody just, back to your home or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not somebody sending you back. It's the game.
Yeah, well, it's the game.
If
It's
it
your
was somebody
dice
sending you
rolls.
back, it'd be more interactive.
You're kind of doing it to yourself with your dice rolls, but then again, you can't control the dice.
I give Dungeon a 6. One good thing about it, it's not a roll and move. It's you have 5 movement, and that's it. And then the dice roll is just all the combat and the secret doors, which can be frustrating, but it's a family game, so
Yeah.
even little Jimmy can win because he can roll way better than you.
Or Tommy Texter. Whatever.
But yeah, that's the most frustrating thing about the game is when the dice aren't working for you. I mean, if you're rolling good all the time, the game's let's find more treasure, yeah. But otherwise, meh.
So that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table. Tune in next week when we review another game.
Because that's what we do.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Coming up real soon is our special Halloween episode. It's going to make a lot more sense if you're actually from Canada, I think.
Yeah, you probably
But look forward
might
to that.
remember it. Yeah.
We're actually looking forward to that episode.
Well, I'm guessing maybe if you're in your 30s or 40s
We're gonna
or
review-
older, you probably remember it.
gonna review a really scary game.
Yes.
Very, very scary.
Very scary.
See you. Bye.
It's a rolling. I'm Batman. I'm a Mario. Anyway. You just gonna interrupt me? That's the proper way to do it. Wait until I'm done. Right.
Yeah, but you're never done.
I was done. I just finished. You tried to interrupt, but you failed.
You
Did not roll the right number.
I missed the roll.
That's one small step for man,